A very good afternoon and thank you for joining us on Beetv News Updates at 3. I am Ruth Ogbodu and now the news in detail. The Executive Governor, His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo, has said the proposed Kogi State International Airport will help ease congestion at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport while improving access for investors and travelers. The reports.
The governor made the statement during the formal award of contracts for the construction of the airport in the Zaragi area of Lokoja, the state capital. He noted that the project would address the long-standing absence of a functional airport in Kogi State and boost economic activities. The planned airport will feature a 3.6-kilometer runway capable of accommodating large aircraft, including cargo planes, and will cover about 4,000 hectares with room for expansion. It is projected to handle approximately 250,000 passengers annually and will include cargo facilities such as warehouses and a dedicated terminal to support logistics operations. Ododo also commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for approving the project.
We need to offload or off-take the pressure on our international airport in Abuja. We need to reduce that pressure. So we are available here so that any time you're coming from China and of course across the world, if Abuja is choked, it is just a diversion. You land here. We are all field workers. We will monitor it to the end.
Honorable Victor Atuluku has stated that construction of the proposed Kogi State International Airport is divided between two main contractors. One is responsible for building the runway and terminal, while another handles the perimeter fencing.
This facility has a 3.6 runway, which means the world's largest aircraft can touch down there nicely.
It will strengthen the connectivity, promote investment, support business activities, create employment opportunities.
I also want to appreciate the evaluation committee for the due diligence. Together we are set to build something truly remarkable in Kogi State.
As attention shifts to the upcoming groundbreaking ceremony, the proposed Kogi State International Airport is expected to significantly boost connectivity and attract investments. Naomi Ewere reporting from Beetv News.
The Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, has reaffirmed his commitment to the welfare of officers and men of the Nigeria Police Force with disbursement of over 2.4 billion to families of deceased personnel. The financial support was provided under the Group Life Assurance and IGP family welfare schemes. The IGP described the gesture as more than a financial obligation, calling it a moral responsibility to honor the sacrifices of fallen officers. He assured that under his leadership, welfare will remain a central pillar with renewed efforts to eliminate delays in processing benefits and to ensure transparency in the system.
Our enduring obligation to stand by the families they left behind. It is an affirmation that the Nigerian Police Force remains committed to ensuring that the sacrifices of our personnel are recognized and that their loved ones are not forgotten. Under my leadership, the welfare of officers and men of the Nigerian Police Force will remain a central priority. We will continue to strengthen the existing welfare frameworks within the force.
This presentation reflects the determination of the Inspector General of Police, who, on assumption of office, made it clear that the welfare of officers and their families must not be compromised. He specifically directed that insurance companies engaged by the force must ensure the prompt settlement of claims, and warned that any insurance company found to be deliberately delaying or frustrating the payment of claims will be blacklisted from handling insurance.
Stakeholders of the All Progressive Congress in Kogi West have endorsed President Bola Tinubu and Senator Sunday Karimi for a second term ahead of the 2027 general elections. The endorsement was made during the inauguration of 10,000 grassroots mobilizers by the Kogi Progressive Stakeholders Forum, which draw members from the 7 local government areas and 84 wards in the districts. The stakeholders commended the growing partnership between the president and the senator, pledging to mobilize support to ensure that APC wins elections at all levels. The event also featured the inauguration of ward and zonal coordinators of the re-election campaign, as well as the celebration of Senator Karimi's 64th birthday.
Of his commitment to developing Nigeria. So for Kogi West, our mission is Tinubu Karimi. Tinubu what?
Don't allow anybody to deceive you that Karimi is fighting governor. Karimi cannot fight governor. No individual can fight a government. So we are here today. Governor Ododo is our leader, and we are supporting him so that APC Kogi State can win convincingly.
We haven't seen any such senator before now that has shown so much love and dedication to improving the lives of individuals, the lives of our people, and ensuring that the women have a voice.
During the President's state visit to the United Kingdom, the Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, assured the people of the Niger Delta that President Bola Tinubu will continue to support the Presidential Amnesty Program to advance its mandate of socio-economic development in the region. Mr. Idris spoke at the PAP interactive section with foreign scholarship beneficiaries organized by PAP Administrator Mr. Dennis Brutu Otuaru on the sidelines of the presidential visit to London. At the event, the PAP Foreign Scholarship beneficiaries presented an award of appreciation to President Bola Tinubu for his unwavering support of the program, which has facilitated large-scale onshore and offshore deployment of both undergraduate and postgraduate students. The minister who received the award on behalf of the president commended the program, saying that under the leadership of Dennis Brutu, PAP is successfully building a vibrant communities of intellectuals.
Proud to see all of you here gathered in this room, participating, benefiting proudly in this program that is aimed towards the restoration of not just the Niger Delta region, but also helping to close the gap in terms of human capital development that we so dearly need for our dear country.
All these are because of the support of the National Security Advisor and Mr. President, and it's on that mandate. My appeal to every one of us here and our people in the Niger Delta that Mr. President, when he returns 2027, is going to do more for us. This president mean well for us. He will mean well for the region. And what we owe him is support.
The Oyo State government, through the Oyo State Agribusiness Development Agency, is set to commence the disbursement of loans to young farmers across the state. The Director General of OSADA, Dr. Debo Akande, made this announcement during a press conference in Ibadan, stating that the initiative is designed to empower the youth to engage in agricultural practices while fostering the development of the state's agricultural sector. He added that beneficiaries of the Youth Empowerment Agribusiness Program were carefully selected based on their demonstrated commitment and dedication to improving their agribusiness enterprises.
MasterCard Foundation has been able to come up with us with a huge amount of close to R1 billion to do this first phase. And it's first phase because the funding that is available is far much more than that. And that is one of the reasons why it has taken this long, if you are, because I believe you'll be asking that question. We want to ensure that we have a careful design. We want to ensure that we have a right verification of the beneficiaries, and to ensure that we develop a support system that is necessary for all these youth. We also don't want to get these funds once and that is stop for us where we can't get it for the future. Because if you don't do it rightly and the MasterCard is not happy with us, it means that we'll not be able to.
Nigeria's trade and border authorities are intensifying efforts to protect the economy from the influx of illicit substances. The Nigeria Customs Service says it is boosting inter-agency collaboration and community engagement to combat the smuggling of drugs and other harmful goods, particularly along key borders corridors. The report.
The area controller of the Federal Operations Unit Zone A, Aliu Gambo, has conducted strategic visits across Ogun State to strengthen partnerships critical to national security and economic stability. During a visit to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Ogun State, authorities revealed that 60% of intercepted drugs originate from the Ogun corridor, while the Semi-Badagry Access and Oyo-Osun routes corridors each account for 20% of seizures.
Nigeria Customs Service will continue to leverage on our robust interagency collaboration and coordination with sister agencies to bring these saboteurs to justice, crippling their supply chain in a deliberate effort to rid the nation of substance abuse that threatens our peace and development. The Federal Operations Unit Zone A of the Nigerian Customs Service remains committed to delivering on the mandate of the Comptroller General of Customs,
recognizing the fact that Federal Operations Unit of the Customs covers a jurisdiction beyond its own location where its office is situated, is to underscore the expanse of the understanding of security operation by this gentleman.
Controller Aliu also held high-level talks with the Ogun State Police Command, where both agencies reaffirmed their commitment to intelligence sharing and coordinated enforcement. At the Palace of the Alake of Egbaland, Controller Gambo called for stronger traditional institution support, describing drug trafficking and smuggling as a major threat to Nigeria's workforce and economic future.
Floods our markets with counterfeit goods, undermines legitimate businesses, and starves our economy.
In response, the monarch commended customs for balancing revenue generation with enforcement against illicit trade. Naomi Ewere reporting from Beetv News.
President Bola Tinubu has departed London following a two-day visit to the United Kingdom, marked by high-level engagement aimed at strengthening bilateral relations and advancing economic cooperation between both countries. During the visit, President Tinubu was received with full state honors at Windsor Castle, where he attended a state banquet hosted by King Charles III. Both leaders reaffirmed the long-standing relationship between Nigeria and the United Kingdom, describing it as a partnership of equals anchored on mutual benefits, shared prosperity, and strategic cooperation. In his remarks, President Tinubu emphasized that the strength of Nigeria-UK relations lies not only in shared history and institutions, but in the people who continue to sustain and enrich both nations. He highlighted the contributions of Nigerians in the diaspora, particularly in critical sectors such as healthcare, underscoring their role in strengthening ties between both countries. President Tinubu also held high-level talks with the United Kingdom Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer at 10 Downing Street, where discussions focused on expanding trade ties, deepening economic cooperation, and addressing global challenges including climate change and terrorism. And now to business. Uber Technologies has stated that its platform supports about 6.1 billion in collective annual earnings for drivers in Nigeria as ride-hailing operators continue a multi-day strike in Lagos. The action, which began on Monday, has disrupted services across platforms, including Bolt and InDrive. The report.
Drivers said the strike is driven by rising operational costs, low fares, and difficult working conditions. Many have logged off apps, reducing ride availability and highlighting growing tensions within Lagos' expanding ride-hailing sector. Uber said drivers remain central to its business and reaffirmed its commitment to dialogue. The 6.1 billion naira figure, drawn from its 2023 Economic Impact Report, reflects total additional income generated for drivers nationwide, not individual earnings, which vary based on activity level. Nigeria's Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, says citizens will soon experience improved electricity supply as the federal government addresses gas shortages affecting power generation. Speaking during his Eid al-Fitr message, Adelabu noted that recent interventions are beginning to ease long-standing constraints in gas supply. He said the government is implementing measures to ensure more reliable electricity for homes, businesses, and industries, adding that reforms under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu are starting to yield results. According to him, Nigerians will soon begin to see the full impact of these efforts. The assurances came amid the worsening power crisis linked to an estimated 3.3 trillion naira debt owed by generation companies to gas suppliers, which has led to supply cuts to thermal plants. Joy Ogaji, CEO of the Association of Power Generation Companies, warned that the growing debt burden is pushing the sector towards a major crisis as prolonged blackouts persist nationwide. Telecom firms are expected to benefit from a $1 billion artificial intelligence fund launched by the United Arab Emirates to boost Africa's digital infrastructure, with Nigeria as a key focus. The initiative is expected to speed up broadband rollouts, drive AI adoption, and attract more private investments. Industry experts say the partnership will support Nigeria's rapidly growing digital economy by increasing investment in broadband, data centers, cloud services, and emerging technologies. UAE officials also highlighted Nigeria's potential to lead Africa's next phase of tech-driven growth. The move reflects strengthened economic ties between both countries, with non-oil trade hitting $4.3 billion in 2024 and $3.1 billion in early 2025. Nigeria's large youthful and tech-savvy population remains a major draw for investors.
And now to entertainment. Fresh controversy has emerged in the DNA case involving late singer Mohbad, as two of the three court-approved laboratories have declined to conduct the test. The Aloba family's lawyer, Oladayo Ogumbe, said the labs lacked the capacity to perform post-mortem DNA testing on embalmed bodies. The report.
According to Ogumbe, Mohbad's remains were embalmed after his death in September 2023, meaning DNA extraction would require specialized tissue sampling procedures beyond the lab capabilities. He dismissed claim that the singer's father deliberately selected unqualified laboratories, stressing that the refusals were based on technical limitations. The DNA test ordered on February 24, 2026 by an Ikorodu Magistrate Court is intended to determine the paternity of a child, Liam. With the case still unresolved, efforts are ongoing to identify a laboratory equipped to carry out the required post-mortem DNA analysis. In another development, veteran Nollywood actor Pat James has spoken positively about his experience working with Will Adenuga amid ongoing conversation surrounding the Papa Ajasco and Company franchise. These come after the veteran actor Richard Ayoyinka recounted his experience as Papa Ajasco in a recent interview with Lucky Udu. Pat James confirmed that he still works with Will Adenuga Production whenever he's called upon, describing the relationship as cordial and consistent. Pat James also addressed issues of payment, stating that the production company does not owe its actors and pay promptly for their work, even for brief engagements such as meetings. Reflecting on his journey with the long-running comedy series, he expressed gratitude for the opportunities it provided, noting that the project exceeded his initial expectations and lasted far longer than he had imagined. The return of BTS has sparked global excitement underscored by the frenzy surrounding their comeback. The group is set to launch an 82-day world tour with a free concert in Seoul, expected to draw over 250,000 fans in person and stream to audiences in more than 190 countries via Netflix. The magnitude of demand highlights the group's commercial power, with projections suggesting the tour could generate over $1 billion and possibly rival the record-breaking success of Taylor Swift's Eras tour. Anticipation is also evident in music markets, as fans have pre-saved BTS' upcoming album, are ranked more than 5 million times on Spotify, while shares in their label Hype have surged. The comeback follows a 4-year hiatus during which all 7 members completed South Korea's mandatory military service, a period that saw Hype's operating profit fall sharply. With the K-pop industry facing declining sales and recent controversies, BTS' return is widely seen as a key test of the genre's global staying power. Evelyn is vividly reporting for BTV News.
And now to sports. Galatasaray are awaiting further updates on the fitness of star striker Victor Osimhen, who is facing a possible spell on the sidelines of 3 to 5 months after sustaining an arm injury during the UEFA Champions League round of 16 second leg clash against Liverpool FC at Anfield. Osimhen was injured in the first half after a challenge from Ibrahim Konet. Although he initially continued, it was withdrawn at halftime following medical checks due to concerns over a fracture. Post-match examinations later confirmed that the Nigeria international suffered a fracture to his right forearm, which has since been placed in cast. The club said a final decision on whether he will go surgery will be made for the medical evaluation in the coming days. The injury comes as a major blow to Galatasaray, who were knocked out of the competition after losing 4-1 on aggregate, despite taking a first leg advantage into the return fixture. Osimhen's potential long-term absence is expected to impact the team significantly, with recovering timelines estimated between 3 and 5